Hey, welcome. Life according to YoBo, day 296. Today, we're finishing chapter 3 of I Know How to Act Like a Lady, but How Do I Think Like a Man? I appreciate your patience as we took our time working our way through this chapter. It's not that it was so long, but I kept hearing stories that I wanted to share to give you examples of what happens when you try to make someone the one. Look, I know the fairy tale said you're going to get married and live happily ever after. I just want you to think like a man. Men don't think that way. They don't go on a date looking for the one unless it's the one for tonight. So while we're thinking like a man, that means all those stories, all the princess stories, the house with the white picket fence, all those stories that sounded so good when you were a little girl. Do not let your daughters read any of that stuff. My daughter didn't have none of them books. Oh, no, she didn't. They may have had green eggs and ham. I got books that she and my son read together. You know, Three Little Pigs, green eggs and ham. Then after that, we just advance into some novels, that sort of thing. But all that other stuff giving her false hope and that, no, Lord, no, 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 no. YoBo didn't do none of that. My videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're going to wrap this up. Okay, come with me. Yesterday's message, I was telling y'all, sometimes, ladies, we will bend over backwards because we want to convince the man that we are the one. We'll do anything and everything to try to convince him that we are the one because we want him to be the one. Granted, we ain't met his mama. We ain't seen his credit report. We don't know how long he been on his job, or if he has a job, or if he has nothing but a food stamp card and a magic stick. We'll still take him and try to make him be the one just so we can prove to somebody who warned us to do what no good. Well, go ahead and move. Can't even say move blindly into the relationship because we already know what we're working with, but we just dead set on proving to everybody that he is going to be the one. I told y'all yesterday, a man will fabricate a laundry list of, I don't want to say lies, but reasons, things you want to hear to get you to have some fun with him. I'm not talking about all men. I ain't talking about, there's some good ones out there. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the rest of them, the majority of them. So for those of us who have ever fallen for a man's okie doke, and if you have, raise your hand. Come on, come on. And if you've really been downright silly, raise both hands. Okay. Let me see. Ooh, ooh, girl, I can. Ooh, look at all those hands. Look at you. You know you lying. You know you need to raise. You know you need to raise your hands. Put them up. Put up both of them. Okay, keep them up. The rest of this message, you keep them up. Because I done heard about you. I done heard about you. Keep them up just like that, okay? If you've ever fallen for the man's okie doke, we all know the way the story ends. And it is not happily ever after. But we all use the same old corny excuse because we have to validate the reason why we lowered our standards and our panties. I told y'all yesterday the panties and the standards on the same level. When we lower our standards too soon, what we say? I only slept with him because I thought the relationship was going somewhere. I thought he was different from everybody else. I didn't know things were going to turn out like this. Meanwhile, once we've lowered our standards and the panties, he's no longer returning our phone calls. He's not responding to our text messages. But as long as our standards were high, he was calling back right away, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. He was texting you, what you doing? I'm just thinking about you. Oh, ooh, the higher those standards are, the more we heard from him. Oh, look at me since my surgery. Look, can you see? Whoa. And then I can go up this way. Look, I'm supposed to be able to go up like this, but going sideways a little bit harder. But supposed to keep my arms straight. But keeping it straight, I'm just about like that. So I made a lot of progress. What was I say? Oh, when we lower our standards, that means we lowered our panties. We make things way too easy for him. All of a sudden, he's not calling as much. All of a sudden, it's taking him a whole lot longer to return our calls. But don't feel bad. He got your number. He gonna keep your number. Because the next time he looking for a good time girl to have some fun with, he gonna start laying it on real thick. And those magic words that worked before, if he says them the right way and the same way, they'll work for him all over again. Just like they did the first time. That's why you have to think like a man. Dating is for fun. Period. Chill out. Give the man some time. Give the man enough time. Because you want to be the first one to discover that he may not even qualify to be in the running for the one. YoBo has already told you what to do to see if this dude even qualifies. I'm not even going to go back through it. You ought to know it by now. No job, no cell phone. He ain't never lived nowhere where he paid rent on his own. But he finds some dumb hoe to move in with. You don't want to be the next dumb hoe. Whew. No man is looking for the one. Unless he's looking for the one for tonight. 2 more lines. Like I said, I ain't talking about all men. But I know I'm talking about most of them. Be careful, ladies. Take it from YoBo. Be careful. Because you don't want him to think of you as the one. Because every now and then they do look for the one. But they looking for the one who's about to be the next to get played. You got it. That's the end of chapter 3. Come back tomorrow. Let's see. What is chapter 4? Ooh. I'm not the marrying kind. Ooh. Come back for day 296 tomorrow. 297, whatever it is. Bye-bye.